Hello, hello, Crossroads Witches and other interesting magical beings. Today, I'm going to be talking a little bit about some of my personal favorites, and also in reference to my upcoming book, Conjuring Dirt, Magic of Footprints, Crossroads, and Graveyards. And today we're going to be talking about graveyards and spirits in the graveyard, what to expect, what you're going to meet. Today I want to talk to you, y'all saw, didn't mean to shake the camera. Today I want to talk a little bit about the uncanny, or oftentimes this is a subcategory. It is the needy dead, all right? When you go into a cemetery, sometimes you get this wonderful spirit that comes out and wants to engage with you, all right? The first spirit, the most friendly spirit, sometimes they're the most needy spirit, witches, all right? You can't say enough prayers. You can't give enough offerings, not enough energy exchanges, all right? Just like they were in physical realm, with their hand always out, saying more, 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 all right? So too are they in spirit realm now. More, 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 all right? And to be mindful when you're going in to a cemetery, especially if you're going in for the first time, all right, to keep your boundaries and be like, yeah, okay, not sure if I want to engage you until you know a little bit more. How do you go about that? I simply do the hands up in the air. I always stay on my ground, never take a step back and say, not right now. All right. Sometimes I've gone so far as to sprinkle a little bit of salt. Of course, whenever I am in a cemetery, I make sure that I've got good protection charm. I've done my spiritual bath. I got all my energy straight. So it's easy enough to be like, it's okay. I look upon it like walking by at a party and it's crowded. Somebody approaches. I can smile and walk on. All right. And yes, occasionally you do have the one that follows you. All right. And again, you can simply, out of my space. If it gets intrusive or anything like that, that's when you start your prayers. You start laying your charms of protection and your boundary. Now, when I did start, I said this other word called uncanny. All right. We deal very mild with the uncanny dead. And the needy dead are almost a part of the uncanny dead, the way I've experienced them. What is uncanny dead? A lot of times uncanny dead doesn't want to be dead and wants to live within physical realm and potentially use you as a vessel, get you to take their dirt home, get you to start living the life that they want, all right? It's almost like a spiritual type possession, but not really, because it is consensual, but it's not really consensual because you don't know what's going on. Uncanny dead. The uncanny do a lot of different things. We have a lot of folklore about them. As I was talking earlier, how do I deal with these different spirits? All right? First, very few of them are like this. It's like if you show up, like I said, at a party, all right, 99% of the folks at the party are really, really nice people. So too goes the graveyard, all right? Of course, there's going to be the one a-hole. All right, and you learn how to politely sidestep them. You learn how to put your hand up and say, I ain't interested. You learn how to keep your boundaries. All right, and you do that by making sure you have charms of your personal protection. I can't tell you your charm of protection, all right? All I can tell you is it is a sigil, it's a mojo, it's a talisman that you connect with, witch, all right? And whatever that is, if it's your jewelry, a lot of times it's magically charged, making sure you charge your jewelry before you go. Different magic folk use different crystals. They use different herbs. They use different, I'm thinking every type of material there is out there, but it's about you. What makes you protected? Which one are you relating to? Which one makes sense? All right. I typically have the jewelry. I have a little mojo spirit. I do have a talisman, and if you really start getting me upset, I start drawing things in the ground. I create sigils of protection around myself. And for the record, I've only done that once, all right? I do tell a story where, you know, I have used actual graveyard dirt and spread it in front of me so that I could safely exit that particular cemetery. Again, these are very mild little instances, all right? I've been haunting graveyards for most of my life. And as I've gotten older, the past 20 years, I did the deep archaeological, anthropological dive into understanding more about cemeteries, graveyards that are in the Southeast. And then when I had the opportunity, you know, I live out here in California, although not for long. Y'all know I'm moving back home here this year. I started researching the cemeteries and graveyards around here, and then I've been able to travel to Ireland and England and to, as well, just starting to, commune with the dead. And in all of my travels, I only have like just this little 1, 2, 3 stories of, ooh, that done freaked me out, all right? Let me tell you about all of the other hundreds of other times I walked out of the cemetery with a sense of a warm hug, a fuzzy, okay? Most folks, if you want to, you're like wanting to go into the graveyard, not sure. I often tell folks, you know, put in a basket little offerings that make sense to you, don't overthink them, and never forget the power of saying someone's name out loud. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes just standing in front of and reading the tombstone, the name out loud, connecting and talking and saying that name. People want to be remembered. The greatest thing that we can do is speak the names, you know, because those in which are named are not forgotten. And so we want to overthink it. How many coins? Should I give this? Should I give that? I found my most common offering is my offering of time. I sit there, I read the tombstone, I will typically tend that grave and other graves around the area as well. And when I'm doing that, I can feel spirit folk just sort of leaning in, nodding, all right? And when I have that, then I know that, you know, I'm connected, all right? And I also want to say something when I'm talking about going to graveyards is I do not collect dirt at every graveyard I go to. I very rarely, if ever, collect dirt, all right? I know it's a little trendy and everybody's like, ooh, graveyard dirt. That is a whole other subject we're not even going to get into today. But I do want you all to know that just spending time with the dead can be very healing for the living. All right. And sometimes if you're a little down, a little discombobulated, the best thing you can do is go have a picnic in a cemetery. Wander around, connect with those folks, their memories, their lives. And I know for me personally, I always find that when I come home, the next couple of nights are when I need to pay attention to my dreams. And I get little messages, you know, and I find, again, very comforting for me personally. So here's a little quick, not even an introduction. I promise I'm going to be shooting some more videos about this. I've had folks for years wanting me to talk more openly about my graveyard work, about necromancy, working with the dead. And I'm going to, all right? I will say I am a little still reserved because I'm not sure, is this information for everybody? Before I started the video, I did some work on my altar asking divinity, the universe, spirit realm to protect me and to make sure I'm giving this information to folks who are ready to hear it, folks who are going to use it wisely. That is my biggest concern, all right? I don't want anybody saying Taren said as they're running into the graveyard with a shovel and a bucket. All right? Or anything else like that. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know. All right? So leave in the comments. I really want to know, what do you want to know about graveyard work? What's your questions about it? And in the coming weeks and months, I plan on making content around that. All right, this is it. We started with the needy dead, and we're ending with I need your help. All right, so tell me, what do you want to know about the graveyard? And I'll go from there. As always, your support has just been amazing these past couple of years. Those likes, those subscribes, and all of those things. Thank you, witches. And I hope I'm doing right by all of you and giving you good content. So, with that said, y'all know it never changes. I want you to get out there and fly those brooms. Have a bright, blessed day. And as always, amen, blessed be, ashe, and a bobo.